So here's a question that is similar to, one of the past test questions. So they're asking how many times, so again, they're looking for n, must a binomial experiment or Bernoulli trial with probability of success 0.4. So if we know P is 0.4, the opposite Q is going to be 0.6, right? So how many times does this experiment with probability success 0.4 must be repeated so that the probability of at least one success is more than 58%. So that's your R. Use your formula. When you know it's a find n question, use the formula. The formula here, just going to go back up. 1 minus R is greater or equal to Q to the power of n. So 1 minus R. But this time, I'm not going to use greater or equal. I'm just going to use greater because they said strictly more than. So that's our formula. It doesn't really matter if you include the equals. I promise you, you're going to get the same answer in the end, but technically it's strictly greater. And then now we plug everything in. 1 minus 0.58 is greater than 0.6 to the power of n. Let's simplify this. 1 minus 0.58 is 0.42. Is greater than 0.6 to the n. We need to figure out the smallest n that works for this inequality. So we're going to start with n equals 1. So the inequality is 0.42 is greater than 0.6 to the 1. That's not true, right? 0.42 is not bigger than 0.6, so that's not true. Let's move on to n equals 2. 0.42 is greater than 0.6 to the power 2. Let's see if that is true. 0.6 to the power 2, well, 0.6 times 0.6, that's 0.36. Oh, that's true, right? 0.42 is bigger than 0.36. So yay, that's our answer. N has to be at least 2. So the answer is at least twice, and that's it. So if you don't know this formula here, this becomes a really hard question for you to do because you have to actually do all those steps that I listed. But just know the formula, okay? There's usually one question. It's usually one of the last questions on the test where they ask you how many times or what is the minimum number of trials. Use this formula.